from a sandy beach and ocean inlet beneath a partly cloudy sky. The National Park Service Southwest Alaska Inventory and Monitoring Network, on-screen text, Southwest Alaska Inventory and Monitoring Network, surveys vegetation in the salt marshes and sedge meadows along Lake Clark National Park and Preserve's Cook Inlet coastline. 3 scientists stand on a grassy hill above a stream. This ongoing scientific monitoring records vegetation cover, a scientist types on a tablet, composition and species abundance, and any changes that occur over time. The scientists examine a meadow plot. A seagull walks in the shallows of a flowing creek. Join park scientists as they study the plants that make up Lake Clark's ocean-influenced ecosystems.
So in 2007 and 2008, the Southwest Alaska Network visited these salt marshes.
A man in a Park Service uniform sits in front of a log cabin and speaks to the camera. National Park Service Arrowhead logo. On-screen text. Mike Hannum, ecologist, Southwest Alaska Network.
And set up monitoring plots. And now 10 years later, we're back to revisit these plots. We have what we call transects in the salt marsh, and we have 4 of these, and they're just big long lines that start up in the spruce and end out on the beach.
2 scientists examine a meadow plot.
And along those lines, about every 100 meters, so about the length of a football field, we have monitoring plots.
A time-lapse of 3 scientists collecting data across a meadow.
And those plots are 4 meters by 10 meters. And in that plot, we have specified locations where we go along. And one of us essentially drops a pin and records every plant that is at that exact point. And they move 40 centimeters along, drop the pin again, until again, say out loud which plants are at that exact spot. And another one of us is recording on a tablet or on a piece of paper what we have there. And that way we compile a big long list of what plants are in this area and in what abundance.
A woman stands among lupin, wild celery, and in front of spruce
My favorite part
trees.
of my job is getting to be outside and looking at plants all day.
National Park Service Arrowhead logo. On-screen text. Emily Platt, biological science technician, Southwest Alaska Network.
It's really cool. And I think it's fascinating.
2 scientists examine a meadow plot.
Also, I feel really good about working to support learning more about these ecosystems. That's really important to me at the end of the day. There's the great quality of life, but also working towards bigger goals that I feel good about.
A bear munches on sedge near a creek.
I would encourage people to start noticing plants. It's really rewarding because you can start right in your backyard and carry it with you everywhere you go.
Emily and Mike sit at a table and examine plant specimens.
You may see a plant that you recognize from your home area, but it looks slightly different. And if you learn more about it, you'll see that it is a close relative that's adapted for conditions in a different place. For example, lupin is common in a lot of parts of North America, but there are different species.
3 scientists walk away from us through grass and lupin towards spruce and carry scientific instruments.
Yesterday we were up in the northern part of the Silver Salmon Creek Salt Marsh, and we climbed up on this little berm and looked back at where we had been doing our plots. It was really beautiful. You could see it was a bit of a garden.
A creek below a sloped mountain.
You could look down and see where there was a little low depression area the water went through. There were these bright yellow-green sedges. You looked up a little higher, and it was a darker green. Then next to that, you had this reddish hue where the grasses were growing. So you had all sorts of subtle shades of color going on in this garden of a salt marsh.
National Park Service Arrowhead logo. On-screen text. Southwest Alaska Inventory and Monitoring Network, Lake Clark National Park and Preserve.